out. He like, what? Come on, I told you I want to see you dance. I said, you can watch, but like, I don't want to dance with you. He like, you don't want to dance with me. You don't want to dance with me. You know who I am. Like, you've been playing all night. You know who I am. I don't care who you are, sir. I could care less who you are. Back up on the move, touchdown in my hometown, got nothing to lose. I am on my own now, I am in control now. Ain't need you to go now, I can fix my own crown. Back up on my. Hey y'all, it's The Breeze, and you're plugged into The Breeze lifestyle. If this is not your first time here, you already know we locked in, friend. Either way, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to support your girl some more, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of me, then follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TheBreeze Lifestyle 777. Now, y'all, it is Vlogtober. So I do Vlogtober a little different. It ain't really about spooky season and all of that, but it's more about trying to push out more content for y'all. I'm not going to promise y'all I'm going to be posting every day, but I'm going to do my best, y'all. I have been procrastinating with making this video. One thing, I got a new fur baby, my little baby, and he is a handful. I am in the puppy potty trenches, the puppy potty training trenches, okay? And another thing is just like the part of the story that we about to get into is just like, oh, do I really want to tell it? But I'm committed now. I got to tell the story. But anyway, y'all, so make sure you do your girl a favor. Comment twice if you can. You know you can, but do it for me, friend. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, like I said. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, we on the road to 3K, and we need like 120 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, click that button, please. Thank you. Let's get right into the video, okay? So, from the last story that I told y'all, that should have been the last time that I talked to Future. Literally, he played in my face. He was giving weird vibes. So, after I had left or whatever, he had texted me that night, just this long paragraph about how he was sorry, how he kind of like was just in a weird headspace with his car. And I don't understand that because it's like you got your car back. So how you gonna blame it on that? So because he like was apologizing but not taking accountability, and I don't like when you're in my face and you don't take accountability and then you want to text me. I don't like that. So I never responded back to him. Now, mind you, this trip was summertime, right? I literally did not talk to him again until like January. Now, he was reaching out to me once or twice a month, and I'm just ignoring him. I would say when we went on our little trip, it was either spring or early summer, right? So he had been reaching out to me a little bit, like once or twice a month, but I was dealing with Fetty and I was not worried about Future. And then after me and Fetty stopped dealing with each other, I kind of still wasn't worried about Future, but so much time had passed. By the time January came and he reached out to me, I was like, Now, moral of the story, y'all, be careful. Don't trust nobody. Don't get too comfortable with people. You know, some people are trustworthy, but just don't be too comfortable with people. Watch your drink, and don't try to use people. Because I feel like this was my downfall. All the times that I hung out with him, people might say, oh, you was using him because you're not giving him nothing and he doing all this, all that. But I genuinely was his friend. Like, we was definitely, like, we was cool. But this time, it's like, yeah, a lot of time had passed. I was kind of over it. But when he reached out to me, like, yo, you know, I want to hang out with you. Like, let's go to the strip club, da 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 da. And it was around my birthday. It was like the weekend after my birthday. And I was like, I'm about to use him to have a good time. Like, I'm about to have a good time because I didn't really do too much for my birthday. So it's like, shoot, it's all on you. And I know we always have a good time. So in my, not defense, but like, if I'm just not trying to act like the victim and everything, I will say my motive, like my only reason to hang out with him at this time was because it was around my birthday time and I wanted to go out for free. So yeah, I guess I kind of have a hand in that because I'm just trying to take accountability because I know what happened wasn't my fault, but I should have never even been in that situation. Like I shouldn't have been worried about going out having a good time on his dime. Like, he already violated. He should have been done and cut. But like I said, about 6 months had passed and I'm just like, you know, I'm kind of over it. I don't have the same emotions that I had back then, but I'm still like, oh, I'm not that cool with him as I was because that was weird. But he asked me if I wanted to come out, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll come out. And it's just so weird how I could literally ignore him for 6 months, and then when I like respond back, it's like that 6 months never happened. Like he don't treat me like, he'll be like, oh, I missed you, where you been, and stuff like that. But it's not like, dang, you ignored me for all this time. Like he never gave me that vibe or whatever. So cool. So it's time. Let's say he hit me up on like a Wednesday, like let's hang out this weekend or whatever. So I'm like, cool. He never really knew about my birthday too much, so I wasn't worried about him not texting me happy birthday. I didn't really care about none of that. So I'm getting dressed or whatever. Mind you, it's cold outside, but I got me a nice little dress on, and like a dress that came to my knees, and then I had some boots that came up to my knees or whatever, or almost to my knees. And then I had a little fanny pack. I was in my fanny pack era. That'll be important later on. So I had my fanny pack or whatever, and I had me a good eighth because, like, I'm also going into this, like, I do want to use him, but I never come nowhere empty handed just in case the ninja try to act crazy. Like, I'm not about to be over here sober when I'm trying to be lit. Like, no. So, anyway, so I go ahead and ride to his house. He told me, like, we're going to pregame in his house and then we're going to the strip club. That was the plan. And he did tell me a couple of his homeboys were going to be there or whatever. So boom, I get there. I tell him I'm there. I knock on the door, and he greets me or whatever. And he got two homeboys. Now, mind you, these two homeboys, I had seen them before. They don't need a name. Like I won't say I knew them, but like I knew who they were or whatever. So cool. So we get in there or whatever. He got a pre-roll for me already. Mind you, I'm already lit. I done already blew on my way. I don't condone smoking and driving, okay? But I did do that or whatever. So cool. So I'm just like, sometimes when I did come back to him after months of not talking to him, I would be a little nervous, like, oh, what's he gonna say? Because I always thought he was gonna like press me about where I've been and stuff like that. So cool. He didn't. He was just like, "Hey, I miss you. Look who came out." Like, just saying little things, but not like doing too much or whatever. So I just gave his friends a little hug or whatever, and cool. He said, "I got a pre-roll for you," so I got the pre-roll or whatever, and I went on the couch or whatever, and I was blowing. So his friends, I guess they didn't want to blow. I don't know if they did blow because I feel like in previous times they did, but when I tried to pass it to them, they was like they was cool. So all right, cool. And then Future didn't want to blow either, which was like typical. He didn't always blow and I blew. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got it to the face. I'm gonna take the whole thing. So as I'm blowing down, he brings me a drink. So remind you, I didn't drink before I got there. This is drink number 1. Okay. So I'm drinking, we having a good time, just talking, music playing. But I'm realizing like Future is not on me like he usually be. Like, not that he be like touching and caressing me and stuff like that, but he be in my face usually. And especially when I haven't talked to him in a long time, he'll be more so asking me what I've been doing, how I've been, like just talking to me. And I just feel like he was a little distant. But this is me looking back at it. Back then, I wasn't really like too worried about it because I was cool with that. Like I said, I really wasn't feeling him. Not that I was feeling him before, but like as a friend, I wasn't really feeling him like that. I just wanted to go out. So I really didn't care that he wasn't really paying too much attention to me. But when I look back on the night, it's like, yeah, you was more so talking to your friends and y'all was having your own conversation. So I was like listening to the music and I was on my phone and I was blowing, but it was cool to me or whatever. So boom, let's say maybe 20, 30 minutes go by and a knock on the door. And it's his other friend, and I never seen this guy before. And we're gonna give him the name Too Short. I think I might have used this name Too Short before. Just know it don't have nothing to do with any other story time. It's a whole new character, right? So Too Short comes in and he is a short king. Okay, he's short, but he dressed really nice. He's kind of flashy or whatever. And it's like he's very loud. So I'm just like, oh. So I'm sitting, mind you, I'm not faced toward the like the way that the setup is. You walk in the door, that's the kitchen, that's the living room. And he do have a couch that kind of go like that, but I'm sitting where my head is turned away from the front door. So I'm like, the door ain't for me. I'm not about to be worried about it. But he was so loud that I did end up turning around. And he was like, oh, okay. Now, that's a red flag looking back at it, but I was kind of used to like his friends kind of getting that reaction or whatever. So he was just like, okay, who's this? Who's this? Future, who's this? And he introduced us to each other. And he was like, I was about to give him a handshake. And he like kind of grabbed me and kind of pulled me off the couch, like, nah, we hug over here, we hug over here. And I'm just like, okay. So I try to give him the hug to where like I'm hugging his waist, not his waist, but like his arms is on top of mine. And he like did a reverse move to where he was like hugging my lower waist. And I'm just like, I was uncomfortable with him from the moment like he kind of walked in the door. So he was like, yeah, that's how we hug. That's how we hug. And he gave me like a big embrace. And it's like to the point where I literally had to like kind of push him off of me. And he was like, oh, how you doing? You nice. Look, you smell good. Look good. Oh, you blow down. Da, 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 da. So we just talking a little bit. And I did pass him. I still had some of the things. So I had passed it to him or whatever. So mind you, at this point, I'm on my second one. Because like I feel like I'm on my second drink and I'm on my second joint. Because looking back, I feel like Future was trying to get me lit. Okay. So, and I'm a stoner. So after I finish one, I don't have a problem 5-10 minutes later doing it again. I don't have to, but if we turn it up and it's a pregame, like I'm and it's not mine either, so it's like cool. So for the second one or whatever, it wasn't finished and I had passed it to Too Short, so he was blowing or whatever. So now it's like, now that Too Short here, now Future like in my face too. So I didn't really take it as nothing except for maybe Future was a little jealous after he seen him hug me, stuff like that. And then Too Short like he's ended up sitting right next to me, so it's like me, Too Short, and then Future. And then Future ended up getting up and kind of sitting on like the arm of the couch because I felt like he was getting a little jealous, like because oh boy, Too Short, like he put his hand on my leg, he talking to me, like he gripping me up every once in a while, and it's just like I should have stood up for myself. But I wasn't too uncomfortable, but I'm like, this dude is just like a little too touchy feely. Like he act like he know me, and I literally just met this man 10 minutes ago. So we blowing down or whatever, and he just asked me like, what you doing with these clowns? Mind you, they all knew each other. So he like, what you doing with these clowns? You too pretty to be with them. Like if he was my girl, I would never. And I'm just like, what you mean? Like nobody is saying nothing as he's calling them clowns and all of that. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, these my, Future is my homeboy. Like, we locked in. We go way back or whatever. He like, man, I don't know why you hanging out with this knucklehead. Da, 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 da. So I'm just like, okay. I'm thinking he's just playing, whatever. So he asked me, like, I was almost finished my drink. He asked me if I wanted a drink. So I'm like, sure. Because again, Team Liddy. Like, as soon as I'm about to be done one, why not do another one? Like, I want to make sure, just in case you didn't watch part 1 through 6, I want you to understand I am not a lightweight. Never been a lightweight, okay? So 5 drinks is not going to make me drunk, okay? It's going to put me in a good position where I'm having a good time. So, all right, so I'm almost finished that drink, and I looked at Future. I'm like, you want to make me another drink? And then that's when Too Short was like, nah, I got you. I'll make your drink. And I was just like, no, I want Future to make it. And Future was like, I got you. And then they had both got up and went to the kitchen to make the drinks. My downfall, my what's the word? Where I went wrong is I did not pay attention to who was making my drink. Okay. So they went and they came back and they had a drink, and they had drinks for everybody, and we all was drinking. So we kind of did a little cheers, even though it wasn't a shot, we all did like a little cheers or whatever. And Too Short was like, oh, like he didn't use the word Team Liddy, but he was like, after I like took a sip of it, he was like, oh, I thought you was, I'm gonna just use the word Team Liddy, even though he said something else. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, oh, I thought you was Team Liddy. Like I thought you was lit out here. You just taking sips. I thought you was gonna drink the whole thing because he had drunk like half of his. And I was like, oh, it's not a shot. Like, he was like, I know, but I thought you got down with the get down. And I was just like, go, and I just took like a big sip of it, another big sip. He was like, nah, you gotta finish that. You gotta finish that. I'm not thinking nothing of it because I'm used to having a competition with drinking and smoking. Like I'm used to trying to be top dog, you know. But it when I look back, it's like, why did he want me to finish that whole drink? Why did he want me to hurry up and finish that whole drink? I think about that, but I wasn't thinking in the moment. So I end up like I took a big gulp and it was a little bit left. He like, now you gotta finish that. I'm like, now you gotta give me a chance. You ain't even finish yours. So he ended up finishing his. And Future is there, but he's just watching. Like it's like he was around me more, but he was little dog to the big dog. It seemed like Too Short was the big dog, and he was like really taking control of the whole environment. And the other two dudes, they just really was lingering around. They really wasn't in the mix or whatever. So I ended up hurrying up and, drinking. I felt low key pressured to be a good time, So whatever. So I drank the whole drink. He like, you want another one? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, what time we leaving? What time we going to the strip club? And he looked so confused, like, strip club. I'm like, yeah, when we going to the strip club? And Future was like, oh, we gonna go to this bar first, and then we gonna go to the strip club. And I'm just like, okay, like I didn't think nothing of it. I'm not thinking anything of it because Too Short, I mean, Future, even though he was a little weird, I still felt that first feeling when I first met him and he let me sleep in his bed with my friend and he was on the couch, how he always looked out, how he didn't want me drinking and driving. Like I always look at him as like not necessarily, y'all, my nose itch, but not necessarily a protector, but I felt protected around him. I didn't feel like, even though he had weird tendencies, I didn't feel like he was just a stone cold weirdo, So I just was like, all right, cool. Like when he changed the plans, I didn't think too much of it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we probably stayed there for another 30 minutes. And then Too Short was like, all right, come on, y'all, let's go to the bar. Let's go to the bar. So we all get in one car. It's two, mind you, I'm the only girl. So of course I'm gonna be the one in the middle. So the two dudes, they in the front, and then Future, me, and Too Short. So as we going in, I'm about to get in the car, whatever, and then that's when, cause mind you, I told y'all Future didn't always open doors for me, so I'm about to open the door. Too Short like, you don't touch doors. This is what I'm talking about. You're not supposed to be around these type of ninjas. Da 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 da. And then he opened the door for me. He like, all right, go ahead, scoot in, scoot in. And he kind of touched my hip, not really my butt, but like he touched my hip, like, go ahead, scoot in, scoot in, scoot in. And I just was like, okay. At this point, I'm not even lit. Like I done had 3 drinks and 2 joints, and I'm cool. Like I could have another 3 and 3. You feel me? Like I'm not lit, but it was a nice little pregame. So I'm just like, okay. So we get in, and when he get in, he like put his hand on my knee, like, see, I'm trying to tell you, you need to hang out with me. I'm surprised I ain't never met you before. Future been trying to keep you to himself, but he don't know what to do with you. Da 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 da. Mind you, Future not even in the car yet, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, yeah, like I'm not even really saying nothing, but his hand is on my knee, and it's kind of weird. Like it's kind of weird. So I noticed when Future came in, like he put his hand on my knee. He kept his hand on my knee, and he was like, ain't that right, Future? Ain't that right, Future? And Future was like, yeah, yeah. I know for sure Future did not hear what he was talking about. So it's just like, what do you mean? Yeah, yeah. Like this ninja is trying to clown you, saying that I shouldn't hang out with you. You talking about, yeah, yeah. And he like, this gonna be my new girlfriend. This gonna be my girlfriend. And he kind of like the way that I'm thinking y'all can see me. Okay, so his hand is on my knee. Mind you, my dress comes to my knee. My boot is like right under my knee. So when he was like, yeah, this about to be my new girlfriend, he kind of like raised my dress up a little bit and still is like rubbing. And at that point, I'm like, mm-hmm. And I kind of like brushed him off of me. I'm like, mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He like, oh, you want to be hard to get. Oh, you hard to get. I'm like, I am. He was like, you playing hard to get. And I was like, nah, I am hard to get. Like, ain't nothing easy over here. But, we just here to have a good time. We ain't even trying to do all of that, Because, like, no, even though some of the Future friends had tried to, like, talk to me low-key, nobody, like, was pressing me. Like, Too Short was pressing me. And I just was like, Future, are you going to stand up and say something? Like, I know Future like me. I can tell. Like, that's why you tell people that I'm your girlfriend. Why you didn't tell? Now I'm like, why you didn't tell him? Because he's being annoying. And it's like, so anyway, we riding, whatever, blowing in the car. Future, like I said, he wasn't the tree man, but he had the tree and he had pre-rolls. So he had like a little Ziploc bag full of pre-rolls. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I need to blow because this dude is getting on my nerves. And the place was like maybe like 30 minutes away. So we blowing, we listening to music or whatever. Every once in a while, he keep putting his hand on my knee. And I'm just like, so after a while, I kind of nudged Future, and he looked at me, and I looked at my knee, and he looked away. And these should have been signs to me, okay? I'm trying to point everything out to you while I'm telling the story so you can really recognize signs in the middle of it and not wait until the end. But these should have been signs to me that Future is not trying to stand up for me. And his friend feel like it's okay to touch me and to talk to me in these ways. What did Future tell his friend about me? Like, what are they on, you know? And mind you, I told you Future be on some trying to like trap me into situations where I'm going to say yeah or whatever. So anyway, so when he looked away, I'm just like, and I just felt like I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel at this moment like nobody was trying to set me up, but I felt a little uncomfortable and I felt like Future was scared of Too Short. Like he wasn't going to say nothing, like, you know? And I just felt like I'm low key on my own, so I got to watch myself, you know? But I still didn't watch myself. I still was trusting. We going to get to that. So after Future kind of looked away, that's when I kind of like brushed his hand on my knee. I'm like, yo, chill. He like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You just so soft. I just can't help myself. Ninja, if you don't get out of my face, like, what do you mean? I'm so. But I kept my cool because, again, I didn't feel like nobody was going to stand up for me. And this is why I don't feel like women should be the only woman in a group full of dudes. Like, I understand I did it so many times and it, like, nothing really happened. But I just feel like you should at least have a homegirl. Like, if it's going to be 5 dudes and you, even if you know them, like it should at least be a home girl because I don't really know everybody like that. Mind you, I seen 2 of them a few times, don't really know them. This other dude, I don't know him. The one dude that I do know is not treating me like a prize. He's not trying to keep me sacred. Like he's literally damn near throwing me to the wolves because it's like you see your friend over here doing the most and you're not doing nothing about it. Like, you know, and now I don't have no skin in it. Like, I guess I could have called an Uber and went home or whatever, but again, I didn't really feel threatened at this moment, right? So cool. We end up getting to the bar, whatever. So we get out, and he's trying to like okay, so let's say they kind of both got out at the same time, and Too Short is trying to gesture me like he got his hand out to help me get out, and I looked at him, and I went out the way Future was going, and Future was about to shut the door on me. Like Future literally was about to shut the door on me. I'm like, oh. He was like, oh, I thought you was going out on the other side. Why, like? Why are you treating me like this? And I should have just went home. I should have never came out. I should have never came out. But hey, we there. So we get to the bar, and off the rip, this was a red flag. I didn't see it as that, but this was a red flag. So as soon as we got in there, they all knew the bartender. This was a cute little, it wasn't a hole in the wall, but it was small, like a cute little bar, had a little dance floor and some chairs, you know, whatever, but it wasn't big. It was maybe 5 to 10 people in there. Like it wasn't packed. I wouldn't even say 10. It was maybe 5, 6, 7. Like it wasn't a lot of people in there. And then we got in there. It was maybe 1 or 2 people sitting at the bar, and then like a little group that was sitting sitting at the tables or whatever. So cool. So we get in there, and they like, oh, hey, let's just call the bar. Hey, bartender, what's going on, bartender? We told you we was pulling up. Da-da-da. Drinks on you, bartender. Da-da-da. And he like, nah, ain't no drinks on me. Y'all big balling. Da-da-da. So they just going back and forth. And I know like they know him. I don't know how they know him, but I know they know him. So Future was like, all right, let's take a shot. First shot on me. And then we're going to, rotate or whatever. So cool. So we get a shot. I don't know what they got, but I know I got Crown Apple. So we take the shot, and Too Short do a little speech like, to a good night, making good memories with a good lady. I'm just like, okay, cheers. Not thinking nothing of it, but what do you mean making good memories with a good lady? Like, I don't know. What do you mean by that? I know what he meant now, but at the time, I'm just like, it was weird, but I keep letting things roll off my back. Like, I'm not standing 10 toes down on nothing, because in my mind, I'm going to have a good time. This dude deserves to give me a good time. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know why my nose be itching during videos. Like, it never does this any other time. Just sometimes during videos it be itching. But anyway, so I'm just like, I know I deserve to have a good time. And this man is going to give me a good time. And we're going to the strip club after this. That's really what kept me, like, just cool, just knowing, like, I'm about to be in my element. He about to give me money. We about to go to the strip club. We about to have a good time. Like, that was my ending goal of the night. So, cool. So, I take the shot. We all take a shot. And it's like, all right, cool. So, mind you, it's me, Future, Too Short, and then the bar, like, curved, and the other two dudes are sitting on that side. So I'm not really paying attention. They play, the DJ is good. Like, it's a little empty in there, but the DJ is DJing. So I'm just, we took the shot. I'm just, dancing in my seat a little bit. I'm looking around, but I'm not really paying attention to too much. And the bartender is making more drinks. Future already know what I drink, so I'm not thinking too much of it. So I'm just like, cool. And I'm not watching the bartender or nothing like that. So, cool. Next thing you know, Too Short gets out of his seat. Mind you, I don't really see him get out of his seat, but obviously he did. So he comes on this side of me, and he like handed me a drink. I'm like, oh, what's this? He was like, it's a drink. I got you. I told you about to be my girlfriend. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And he was like, nah, Future told me what you like. It's just, cranberry. Not cranberry. It's just Coke and Crown Apple. So I looked at Future. He was like, yeah, I told him, what you want. He said he wanted to buy you a drink. So, I told him what you drink. So I'm like, okay. Like, all right. So I take the drink and I start drinking it. So after that, I'm sorry, I'm not digging at my nose, but I'm tired of stopping every time my nose itch, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I take the drink, I'm sipping it, we having a good time, like, I'm dancing, and he like next to me, and he hasn't put his hand on my knee yet. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm not like stressing the fact that I'm sandwiched in by Future and Too Short. So I'm just dancing. I'm just, dancing in my chair, whatever. Still on my phone a little bit, So Future asked me, like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And that's when Too Short was like, yeah, she good, but she better drink that drink. Why are you so pressed for me to drink these drinks? I wasn't thinking that then. I was trying to be Team Liddy, but I should have been Team Witty. Okay. No, for real though. So I'm drinking a drink, and he like, come on, like, let's drink. You know how now they be doing a little competition where you hurry up and drink the drink. So he like, come on, let's see who can drink it first. So I'm like, cool, all down with the competition. So I drink the drink. Now, mind you, this is my 4th drink of the night. I'm cool. I'm feeling a little bit, but I'm cool, right? So I drink the drink or whatever, and then next thing you know, like, I don't know who got the shots, but next thing you know, the bartender was sitting a shot down at me, and he was like,
oh, you gonna have fun tonight.
now I didn't think nothing of it, but when I look back, it was just weird. It was weird that the way he looked at me, like, oh, you gonna have fun tonight. So let me just, okay, let me keep going. I'm trying to think when I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened, because I never was I'm still to this day not 100% sure what happened, but I have a clue of like time frame, right? So anyway, so we take the shot or whatever, and now I'm 2 shots in, 4 drinks in, And then Future, was like, you want another drink? And I'm like, I'm cool right now. Like, I'm cool. I done just drunk this whole drink to the head, took 2 shots. This is in the midst of like 10 minutes, right? So I'm like, no, I'm cool right now. He like, all right, cool. Turn up, turn up. So he's like pushing me to turn up. And I'm just like, I'm lit. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not lit in a sense of how drunk I am or whatever, but I'm wavy at this point, I would say. And I'm like, are we allowed to blow in here? And he was like, nah. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, I want to blow and, whatever. So he was like, all right, well, you want to go outside? I'm like, yeah, like, we ain't got to stay out there long. Because mind you, it was not freezing cold, but it was pretty cold outside. So I'm like, we ain't got to stay out there long, but I do want to blow. I'm like, do you want to blow? And he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, all right, well, I can just go out there by myself. And he was like, nah, I don't want you to go out by yourself. And then Too Short was like, I'll go out with her. So I'm like, not thinking nothing of it. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then Future was like, all right, I'll come with you too. And Too Short was like, nah, stay here, bro. We got it. We got it. And I'm just like, Future, you want to come? Like, if you want to come, you can come. He was like, nah, you cool. You cool. He going to make sure you straight. Not thinking nothing of it, y'all. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get to, blowing with him. And he like, man, you look so good tonight. You look so good. You be dancing? I'm like, yeah, I'll be dancing. He like, I can't wait to see you dance. I know you can dance. I'm like, nah, I really can't dance. I'll be dancing, but I really can't dance, He was just like, talking to me. I'm like, yeah, I really can't dance, but I'll be dancing. So he be like, man, why you be playing? I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, you supposed to be with me. Like, you supposed to be my girl. Like, I'm supposed to be taking care of you. Like, why you keep looking in the future to do stuff for you? Like, I'm like, that's my friend. And I just met you. Like, He like, well, we going to get to know each other real well. We going to get to know each other real well because I ain't letting you go. And I'm used to dudes saying, like, these little things, but, like, I don't take them serious. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, let's go back in. We was probably out there for a good little 5 minutes, but I was getting cold and I was, as high as I could be, So we get in there or whatever. And it just so happened that my song was on. So I go and I'm about to dance, but I see like old boys like behind me a little bit. And I'm just like, nah, like I'm not going to go out there. I'm going to just sit, and just do my little So it was in there for like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And they was still like jamming like back to back. They was playing songs. So I'm like, all right, cool. And Future had ended up giving me another drink. He ain't even asked. He just got me another drink. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I drank the drink a little bit and then they played a song. I think they played She Got a Dunk. She Got a Dunk. She got a dunk, she got a dunk, she got a dunk. And I just can't, I don't care how old that song is, I can't not get up and shake my dunk, okay? So I get out there, I'm like, oh, that's my song. So I take a little sip of the drink and I put it down at the bar and I go on the dance floor without the drink. Red flag, okay? So I'm on the dance floor. And I'm just like, she got it, don't, she got it, don't, she got it, don't, she got it, don't think something with it, shake something with it. Next thing you know, Future come, like he in front of me, he like, hey, shake something with it, shake something with it. So I'm just like, hey, like, we dancing, whatever. So now, because at first I was like bouncing my little booty, but now I'm just like, two-stepping with him a little bit and like, singing the words or whatever, because it's my song. Next thing you know, old boy come behind me and he just like shake something with it, but he's like pressing himself up against me. And I'm just like, wow. I'm just dancing a little bit. And then it's when he like kind of grabbed my waist. And I'm like, I turned around. I'm like, verse number 2, stacks on. Like, I'm trying to be friend. Like, don't. Man, I ain't danced with a dude in a club for so long. Like, I don't even really know how to no more, because we don't even do the same things that we used to do. We used to swag, okay? I don't know if y'all youngins know what swag is, but we used to and the girl like now I don't know what they doing in the club. Like, I don't know what I would do besides I dance by myself, so I don't know how enticing it is to watch these cheeks shake up and down, but baby, don't touch me, okay? So I turn around, I'm just like rapping a song to him, whatever. He like, nah, turn. Like, he tried to like motion me to turn back around. I'm just like, no, like no. So I'm just like, So that kind of like, okay, so it's Future, me, Too Short. So I'm right here and I'm turned towards Too Short, but after he kind of like tried to make me turn back around, I kind of backed out of the middle. You know, I backed out of the middle, and now I'm just like talking to both of them, like shake some with it, shake some with it, you know, whatever. So he just like was just doing too much, and then like he tried to get behind me again. I'm like, no, like I'm like, stop. He like, what? Come on, I told you I want to see you dance. I said you can watch, but like I don't want to dance with you. He like, you don't want to dance with me. You don't want to dance with me. You know who I am. Like you've been playing all night. You know who I am. I don't care who you are, sir. I could care less who you are because you're annoying. Like you're annoying. So it's like now you're trying to be arrogant and now you're getting on my nerves. Now you're getting on my nerves. So I'm just like, nah, I'm cool or whatever. So the song's over, whatever, and he just like talking. He kind of messed up the song because the last part is like the best part, and it's like you're trying to do too much. I can't even dance how I want to because you're doing too much. So I'm just like, so anyway, I ended up sitting back down. He like, nah, where you going? I'm like, nah, I'm sitting down. Like, I'm sitting down. I got to get my drink. Mind you, the drink has been sitting at the bar for about 4 or 5 minutes. I should have never drunk that drink. So I drank the drink and I started feeling weird. Now, I don't know. This is what I was about to say earlier. I truly believe in my heart that they spiked my drink. I am not a lightweight. I'm not a lightweight. So the way that I started feeling was so weird. Like I have had times where I was blacked out drunk. I have had times where I wasn't blacked out drunk, but it was to the point where if I was to close my eyes, I know y'all know this feeling. I close my eyes and it feel like everything around me is moving, and it's like I'm almost out of control, and I gotta hurry up and open my eyes back. But I'm trying to get myself like a little less lit, you know? But it's long nights of drinking that takes me to get there. Like hours of drinking and taking shots and just getting drunk. Like I know my body. I know what I'm drinking on. I know how it usually makes me feel. And I just felt weird. So I don't know if it was the drink that he made me at the house. I don't know if it was the drink that he gave me at the bar. I don't know if it was the drink that I left at the bar, but I know in one of them drinks, they had to put something in my drink because after, okay, sorry. So after I drank that drink and I sat down, it was like maybe 10, 15 minutes. I just felt like I couldn't control my body. Like I felt like I kept about to slump. Like, you know, I don't know. I just felt weird. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is weird. Like, and I'm also thinking to myself, maybe I am drunk. But looking back, like I did not have that many drinks for me to be feeling like this. And I'm just like, yo, like I'm with these ninjas and we about to go to the strip club. I need to get myself together. So I go to the bathroom and I just am looking at myself and it's like the room is just spinning. Usually this happened to me, like I said, when I'm super drunk and I close my eyes, but my eyes are open and the room is just like moving. And I'm just like literally hand on the sink, like looking at myself, trying to keep still. And I'm just like, yo, like I just felt so freaking weird. And I just was like, oh my gosh. And I'm not thinking to myself, somebody put something in my drink. I'm not thinking none of that. I'm blaming myself like, yo, like you know, you need to chill, like, you know, no more drinks, like, you know, you need to chill. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I probably was in that bathroom for like 15 minutes. And then somebody started knocking on the door, and I was like, dang, because it was like one stall, like one stall for men, one stall for women. So I just was like, oh my gosh, like I got to get myself together. So I just was like looking at myself, trying to talk to myself, like, yo, get it together, get it together. So I get out and there was a girl waiting for the bathroom. So when I got back to the bar, I sat down and I looked at Future. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel right. He like, you good, you good. I remember him saying, you good, you good. And it just felt like echoey. Like it just felt so weird. And I'm just like, nah, I don't know. Like I feel weird. He like, you good? You need some water? You want some water? I'm like, yeah, let me get some water. So I'm sitting there, I'm drinking the water or whatever, and I'm just still feeling like I feel like I'm going like this. I'm sitting still, y'all. But I feel like me, I feel like the room is spinning this way and I'm spinning this way. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like a junkie. Like, I just felt so weird. And I'm just like, yo, like, I don't know. I need to sit down, like, for real. Because, you know, I'm sitting at the bar and I just feel like at any moment I'm going to fall out this chair. Like, I just feel like I need to sit in a car, like, sit on the floor, anything, right? So I'm just like, nah, Future, like, I need to go. Like, I need to go. He like, nah, you good, you good. Like, and here come Too Short. Like, come on, you need another shot. It's been too long. You need another shot. I'm like, nah, like, I'm good. I'm good. And I had like a little bit of my drink left. And he was like, finish drinking this drink. I'm like, nah, I don't want nothing else. I'm good. So he like, man, you weak, you weak. I thought you was Team Liddy. I thought you was Team Liddy. I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm good. That's all I kept saying is I'm good. I'm good. So eventually, like, I end up like putting my head down at the bar. And that's when Future was like, you good? You good? I'm like, no, like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. He like, all right, we about to leave in like 20 minutes. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get up, I go back to the bathroom, and I felt myself like wobbly, like in real life, like not just feeling it, but I felt myself like wobbly, like stumbling a little bit. Mind you, I don't got on no heels, no nothing. And I just looked at myself in the bathroom and I'm just like, I need to go home. Like, I need to go. I'm not even thinking like home. Like, they can drop me off at Future House. I'm going to sleep. They can go to the strip club. I didn't even care about the strip club anymore, right? So cool. We get back out. And the rest of my night is in pieces. Like, I literally cannot remember a lot. I just remember like flashes. Like, let's say it was black. I don't know what's going on. Then I will wake up in a situation. Like, you know? So Future like, all right, you ready to go? And we leave. And I'm gonna stop the video right here because the rest is like the scary part. You feel me? So I'm gonna I know this video probably not that long, but I'm opening up wounds. You feel me? Like, I am over this situation, but even when I was thinking about talking about this particular video, it just took me a while. So just like, I want to take a break and I want to start and just finish it all off. Like, I'm kind of tired of even talking about the situation. But I don't think I can sit here for another 30 minutes and talk about it. So just know, like, if you are sensitive to this type of stuff, the next episode is where it really like goes down. It really goes down. So I want to say again, for young girls out there that is Team Liddy, that's out here getting lit, just be careful. Be careful. Don't never be pressed for nobody to pay for nothing for you. And if they do pay for it, make sure you watching. Do not play about watching them drinks because you just don't know. I know for sure they drugged me. I know for sure that they did. When y'all hear the next part, like, even if anybody's watching this that know me, like, they know, like, I am not a lightweight to the point where I'm blacked out. Like I said, it takes me hours on hours getting drunk for real. Like, and that's when I was even drinking like cheaper liquor, like vodka, like Burnett's vodka or like Bacardi, like, you know, them type of stuff. I feel like vodka gets you drunk faster than like Crown Apple, tequila. Like, I don't know. I guess it depends, and it depends on who you are and stuff. But yeah, like literally when this happened, it probably was over 10 years, maybe like 5 to 10 years that I got blacked out drunk. Like, that was like, anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching the video. I'm sorry that I'm like leaving you on a little cliffhanger, but I just need a moment. I just need some time to like, and I'm gonna give y'all these not necessarily back to back, but I'm not gonna prolong it. I'm ready to talk about something else, but I'm committed to finishing this because I feel like it is gonna help people just to be careful out here in these streets. But like I said, y'all, it's Vlogtober. Make sure you like and you comment at least twice for your girl. Leave me an orange heart if we really locked in. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.